In this video, we're going to use TOU to set up Octopus Cosy tariff for charging 3 times a day. Open the Solax app and from the home page, choose the Intelligent tab at the bottom in the middle. On the Exploration at the top, you'll see TOU, which stands for Time of Use. And we're going to click on that to start configuring the time of use for Octopus Cosy. If there are no TOUs set up on your system, you'll be presented with this screen with no TOU yet, and we need to click Create TOU to start. On the left side here, I've just brought up the Cosy rates and times from the Octopus Energy website. You can type in your postcode and click Check Rates to get your rates. As you can see, we've got a cheap charging rate between 4 and 7, between 1 and 4 in the afternoon, and 10 and midnight in the evening. Now, previously, the remote settings can only do 2 charge periods, so Octopus Cosy is a 3 charge period, so that's why we're using TOU instead. Starting the TOU setup, I'm just going to enter a TOU name, Octopus Cosy. Now, on the control device, this is which inverter you're going to use for the TOU to control. There are systems with many inverters. It's likely that you'll only have one. So if you pick your inverter, make sure it's tick green and click confirm. Then go back. The period type customized or import period, we're just going to keep customized. The default working mode is usually self-use, but feel free to change that if you need to. And the min sock for self-use, I'm going to leave at 10%. That's the minimum safest self-use setting. If you want your TOU to run all year round, leave the dates in as January the 1st to December the 31st. If you don't want it to run all year round, if it's just a winter thing, you can set this to, for example, the 1st of October to the 1st of March or something like that. And you can use different TOUs for the rest of the year, which will take over. I'm going to leave it as January to December for the moment, and we're going to have an everyday schedule, so it's going to charge 3 times a day, every day. For example, for people who are using air source heat pumps, it's very handy. After that, click Add Content, and adding the content is setting the TOU schedule up. Okay, so we can set a maximum of 10 periods per day. We won't be needing 10, but it's just a good idea to know the limitations of the TOU. The TOU works by starting at midnight and working through to midnight, so you almost always must do it in that order. So I can see here my first TOU period is at 4 o'clock in the morning, which means from midnight until 4 o'clock, I'm going to be using self-use mode. So I'm just going to go to 4 o'clock there and leave that in self-use mode. As soon as you add the time and choose the settings, it will add another period to fill the 24 hours. You always need to fill the 24 hours. So on period 2, it's pre-filled the 4 o'clock because that's when we finished the last one. And the end period for that is going to be 7 o'clock because we're going to be charging for those 3 hours. So the work mode is not self-use for this. We need to change it. So click on self-use, and then we're going to choose charging, because that's what we want to do with the battery between 4 and 7. Make sure allow importing from the grid is on, otherwise it won't charge from the grid. And what percentage that you want to charge the battery to needs setting. Now, most of the time this will be set to 100% because you just want it to charge up to full at any time. Now, the next one, the max charge power, is how much power you'd like the inverter to charge the battery. So this is a little bit of a confusing setting because if you have a 5 or 6 kilowatt inverter, for example, and leave the max charge power at 1,000 watts, the battery will charge very slowly. So if, for example, it is a 5 kilowatt inverter, you can set that to anything above 5 kilowatts just to have a maximum power. It won't do the battery any harm, and it won't do the inverter any harm. It'll all be safely controlled by the BMS. So if I had a 5 kilowatt inverter, which is actually capable of charging at possibly plus 10%, which is 5.5 kilowatts, so you could set that to 6,000 without any issue at all. When you've done that, click Save. Okay, it's added another third period to fill in the 24-hour gap. So this is the 7 o'clock period. And we don't want to charge again till 1 o'clock, so I'm going to pick 1 o'clock from here because this is going to be the self-use mode time period. As soon as I pick 1 o'clock, it's added the next period again below. 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock is again a charge period, so I'm going to pick 4 o'clock here and click on self-use, and again go into the work mode, pick charging again, changing the battery from 50% to 100%, and the max charge power, just put it nicely above the kilowatt hour rating of your inverter, or way above. It really doesn't matter, it won't do any harm, it's just going to make sure it charges at the maximum setting, and to click save. Period 5 has appeared, and period 5 from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock is going to be a self-use period. So I'm going to click confirm there and just leave that as self-use and with the battery minimum 10%. Keep scrolling up, we've got the next period, 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock or 11:59 as it fills in, is going to be the last charge period of the Cosy, which is there. So again, click on self-use, we click on charging, confirm, charge to maximum of 100%, and put it at 6,000 watts, and click save. When you've finished configuring the TOU, it's always good to go through from the top just to make sure that what you've done is what you want to happen. So period 1, we've got midnight till 4 o'clock in self-use mode, which is correct because we want to start charging at 4. Period 2, 4 to 7 is a charging mode, battery charge to 100%, max charge 6,000 watts. Period 3, another self-use mode, which is 7 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, self-use 10%. Period 4, 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 4 o'clock, and that's work mode charging again, battery to 100%, 6,000 watts. And the last charge is 10, so 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock is self-use. 10 o'clock to midnight is the last charging mode to 100%, 6,000 watt. When you finish that, click save, and it'll put a summary at the bottom, so you can check again if you want to, the whole schedule that you set up, and when you're happy that that's correct, you can click save. The TOU will automatically be started, which will put the inverter in TOU mode and will run through that program. If you have multiple TOUs and you're switching between them, always make sure that you toggle the TOU off and on, especially if you're editing TOUs. The TOU is not sent to the inverter or actioned unless you do the toggling, it seems. So make sure if you're using multiple TOUs and you're swapping between them that you toggle them on and off appropriately. If you've made a mistake, you can click on the arrow here to go into the TOU. It shows you the TOU details. You can change any of the settings above or the schedule here just by clicking on the 3 dots in the top corner and clicking Edit TOU. So this is the edit mode. It brings you back. We can edit the top headings here. If you want to edit any of the actual program, you click on the arrow here and it takes us back to the main edit screen. So you can edit there, click save when you've finished, and again click save when you've finished, and it'll modify the TOU and say edited successfully. Thank you very much for watching. You can just back out of there, go back to the home page, and just remember you can go at any time back to the Intelligent tab, and you can go to either time of use on the home page, or when you've already configured one, it'll be available on the applications page, and the TOUs will be listed there, whether they're inactive or active. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.